What's going on, party people? It is your dude, Jay Phrygian, aka Jay Fridge, aka JP, aka just Jay, because can't no one say it right, but that's okay. Y'all will learn soon enough. Today, we're bringing some exciting news from an article from IGN that is in an area that is very intriguing to me. Let's get right into it. Just so you know, if I look tired, it's because at the time of this recording, it is a little bit late right now. But this news was super exciting, and I just had to make sure that I got a video out to you guys by the morning. Even though it kind of is morning right now. Anyway, it's not the point. We're going to talk about this article that IGN put out last night that Marvel has gotten the rights back for Jessica Jones and the Punisher. Now, to many of you, this might not be thoroughly exciting, but personally, I enjoyed the Marvel Netflix series. I really like that they slightly tied into the movies. Very subtly, they would like address stuff that happened in the movies, but I was looking forward to those worlds merging together. And based off this, it seems like that might be a possibility. The article reads, Marvel gets Punisher, Jessica Jones rights back from Netflix. The last of the Defenders and Punisher are back in Marvel. Marvel has regained the live action rights to Jessica Jones and the Punisher from Netflix. This means all the Marvel characters Netflix previously held the live action rights to, including Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, have reverted to Marvel. As reported by comicbook.com, the multi-year deal between Marvel and Netflix has... What? I don't know what I'm saying. Again, it's late. Y'all cut me some slack. The multi-year deal between Marvel and Netflix has officially come to a close now that the last remaining Marvel heroes Netflix held the rights to are back with Marvel, the latter of which has recently spun up its own TV originals on Disney Plus with shows like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So just based off of that first little bit of the article, it's looking like these shows about to hop on Disney Plus. And when I tell you I'm here for it, and then with like right now, if you're not watching WandaVision and you want to, spoiler alert, I guess, but they kind of already alluded to this even with trailers. WandaVision is starting to introduce the idea of multiple realities and the merging of multiple realities. So it gives them a way to bring these characters into the fold of the MCU officially. Because like with Netflix having the rights and stuff, I know it was like this weird place where like they were in the same universe and they would address like the guy flying around with the hammer or stuff like that, but they wouldn't actually address things by name. It does go on to read in 2013, Marvel and Netflix announced that deal that created a mini Marvel universe on Netflix based on the Defenders, what the heck? But apparently that deal ended in 2019 when Netflix announced that it was canceling the remainder of the Marvel shows. When I tell you guys those Marvel Netflix series is being canceled one by one, broke my heart. Like seriously, Daredevil, when it came through, when I was in my freshman year of college, that junk was heat. We were not ready for how dark and action-packed and violent that show was. And then when they started bringing Punisher into the mix, it was like, bro, this is going crazy. I know that Jessica Jones had already been happening, but didn't get as much attention until it started to kind of merge like Luke Cage and Daredevil in there. I know Iron Fist kind of came through and you were cool with it or you hated it. And then Defenders had that one season, and then it was like right after that, we got one more season of all the shows. And then all of a sudden they just one by one started to drop. I still remember when they announced that they were canceling, I think it was Luke Cage first. Maybe it was Iron Fist first. I don't remember, but I remember when they canceled like Iron Fist and Luke Cage, I was like, bro, I think even though they left it on this cliffhanger, which by the way, if you haven't watched them already, I don't care. They've been out forever. But they left the Defenders on that cliffhanger, and then they started canceling the shows, and I was like, dude, I think they're gonna cancel Punisher, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil too. And lo and behold, one by one, they got canceled. I had called it. Some people told me I was wrong, but it was sad to see. All right, let's get back to the article. So as I was saying, it possibly in the light of this news, Marvel might be pursuing its own original television programming on the newly announced Disney Plus streaming service. For whatever reason, Netflix kept the rights to the Marvel characters for a 2-year period after the cancellation of the show, which meant characters like Daredevil reverted to Marvel in late 2020. Jessica Jones and Punisher are now finally changing hands back to Marvel. What Marvel will do with these characters now that it is in live action rights remains to be seen. But again, people have seen reports of Charlie Cox being spotted on the set for the upcoming Spider-Man 3 movie. And as you guys know, Charlie Cox was the guy who was playing the main character of Daredevil. He killed as Matt Murdock, by the way. I just would like to add, we're really seeming like Spider-Man 3 is also shaping up to be a part of this whole multiverse thing. I'm feeling like WandaVision is going to start something that bounces off into the next Doctor Strange, which then bounces off into Spider-Man. And then who knows what they're going to do with that. It would be super cool to start seeing heroes that interact with Spider-Man, for example, a little bit, come into the fold like Daredevil, Luke Cage. Honestly, actually, I think all of them except maybe Jessica Jones and Punisher. Like there have been literal shows where Spider-Man is running around with Luke Cage and Iron Fist and then meeting Daredevil or whatever. So time will only tell. Also would be a good note to add that WandaVision has already been also dropping definite Easter eggs all throughout the show with the idea in mind that we're going to start seeing some more Marvel characters appear in the MCU, or at least references to them. I mean, Disney has acquired Fox. They're getting the rights back with these Netflix characters. And then with them owning Fox, obviously that's what has allowed them to start to bring the X-Men actors into the fold. If you've been watching WandaVision, you know what I'm talking about. I said it earlier, but if you haven't seen WandaVision, sorry, my bad. Now we might start seeing these Netflix characters come in, and you know, more X-Men. Man, who knows? I'm excited to see about it. I know that it can be kind of frustrating when we see all these mergers. Oh, and Sony and Marvel still being kind of, and Disney kind of being cool right now with Spider-Man. Oh, also possibility of the merging of the Sony films into the Marvel series. I mean, we've already seen with the trailer for Morbius that we actually see the MCU's Vulture in that trailer. So I'm excited to see how they're starting to bring all these characters together now that the rights are all in under one umbrella. Isn't it crazy how as kids we used to wonder why like movies got canceled, or like why we never saw like Daredevil pop up in a Spider-Man movie? And it all had to do with movie rights. Like it had nothing to do with like, oh, they just didn't want to do it. It's like legally they couldn't. Anyways, guys, that's the video I have for you today. I hope you did enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the news of Marvel regaining the rights back to now all of the Netflix mini Marvel universe characters. Remember to leave a like for the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to keep up with anything I'm posting. We're trying to keep up with gaming, but also entertainment news. I love superheroes. It is a big part of who I am, and so that will always be included on the channel in a capacity where I can. You can also find me on other forms of social media. Links in the description box down below. You can catch me streaming on twitch.tv/jphrygian. Link in the description box down below. Sometimes we can talk gaming news. We just chill and watch stuff and play games. You know, anything. We're trying to expand. We're trying to grow. We're trying to figure out what all of you guys like, what you guys want to see. Appreciate you checking out the video. Peace out.